Gatal, Gatal,
Gatals.
Alvin podcast.
Yeah.
So how are you guys? Today we have our amazing, our famous guest. We have Alan Ang.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you.
See, Alan's face is so glowing, yeah?
Very glowing. So
This is a winner face,
winner face.
Champion face.
This is called filter effect.
Look at your face, Alvin, and look at my face. It's, like...
Just contrast. Yeah. This
But
is
it's
a
soon to
street
be
face.
winner, yeah? It's soon to be winner face, maybe.
Soon to be. Yeah. So what is the secret of your glowing face, Alan?
Keep it oily. Don't wash your face. It will shine.
Wishing face, yeah.
Wow. That was the first tip from Alan, yeah? Outside of communication. So keep your face oily and then it will shine.
Yeah.
So, Alan, how's life?
Has been good. Got myself well rested as well.
Yeah.
How
So
long you been arriving from the last contest?
So it would be about 2 weeks already since I got back to Brunei.
And I was Brunei.
Hot.
Hot, that's all.
Hot. Yep. Very hot. Very humid. But it's good to be home after traveling for almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
And not feeling well as well throughout the whole journey.
So you traveled there with your wife only, right?
Yes.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah, with my wife only.
So is it another part of honeymoon?
It was her birthday. So she's traveling because it's her birthday.
Oh, it's a gift, yeah.
Yep, which turns out to be a lucky charm for me. So good.
And you don't bring your kids?
Nope. I think they are too young, number one. And number two, I'm glad we did not bring them along this time because the journey has been a lot of challenges just to get there. A lot of, what do you call this? Unforeseen events. We had to take a bus instead of a plane. And then there were so many hiccups as well. So it was good that we don't have them around us. Otherwise, they will be suffering as well.
So how is your traveling to America from Brunei?
We transit through Japan. So from Brunei, we flew to Japan for 1.5 days. I mean, not 1.5 days. So the flight took about 6 hours. We rested in Japan for a day, and we flew from Japan to Chicago. That would be about 13 hours flight. And then from Chicago to Philadelphia, another 3 hours. So about 22 hours in total.
Wow. 22 hours in total. Wow.
Yeah. That was supposed to be the trip, but we ended up, after we left Tokyo and we landed in Chicago, we landed at Chicago time about 3:30 in the afternoon. So our flight was scheduled for, I think, 7 in the evening. The plane, the flight was postponed, was rescheduled to 8, to 9, 10, 12 midnight, and then to 2 in the morning because the weather was bad. And by 10 at night, we were being told the flight was cancelled. So we don't have any flight to go to Philadelphia. And that was on Saturday. They rebooked us on Tuesday, which was quite risky because Wednesday was the contest briefing. So instead, we put ourselves on standby for Sunday, which was the next day, but we did not manage to get on the plane. So instead, we have to take a bus from Chicago to Philadelphia. The bus ride was 22 hours.
Wow, so far, so long.
So we counted from the time that we left Tokyo Hotel, our last shower at Tokyo Hotel, until the next shower in Philadelphia was 60 hours.
60 hours.
Yeah, 60 hours.
2.5 days, more than 2
Yeah,
days.
it took us 60 hours to be in Philadelphia. So it was exciting trip to get
Must be
there.
very oily. Yeah.
We were glowing. We were glowing.
Glowing.
People could
Oily.
see us from far. We were glowing.
Wow.
Mm.
So, how was it like being a champion?
Mm.
I think
Oh, it sounds
every
like a
time
heavy
people
question, yeah?
Huh?
Do you think it's a heavy question?
no, it's not a heavy question. It's just when everybody says champion, I was thinking that I'm third place.
Third place
Sabi.
third place among how many competitors?
I don't know. I don't know whether how they get the number, but according to TI, every year you have about 30,000 people competing. So I don't know the exact number, but if we
30,000.
count by district, maybe we have about 130, 140 districts around the world. So which means for quarterfinals, you would have that many people.
Mm.
Semi-finals, you would have the final 28, and then the finalists top 8, and then first place, second place, third place. So those are I wouldn't say the statistics, those were the numbers.
Ooh.
Yeah, but your questions about like how does it feel? Actually, still the same. I'm still the same me, so nothing much changes, except that I feel a little bit more confident for sure. I am feeling a little bit more reassured, and I think it helps a lot with overcoming, imposter syndrome. So I think it's a good thing.
Very interesting. So, be more confident. So, is there anything wrong with your self-confidence previously for the contest, Alan?
Not really on a contest, but I mean, I've been training and I've been coaching. So train people on public speaking, communication. I've been doing it for last 8 years. And of course, you will always be thinking about improving yourself, getting better and better and better. But there's also always a part of me that feels like I am not good enough. So sometimes I will question myself. For example, I'll be looking at other trainers and would be thinking, well, I think they're better. So I don't think I am the best one to train. Or sometimes I doubt myself in terms of, does this really work? I mean, I'm sure that it works, but there was this tiny bit of lack of assurance, right? Like, how can I prove to myself that it's possible? Like, I know my stuff and it works. And coincidentally, this year, things happened, things fell in the right place, and going through the whole contest gave me a lot of reassurance. Not because I was placed third. Even right after quarterfinals, it was already a huge acknowledgement. Because in quarterfinals, you are being grouped randomly. So which means you are already being put in a pool of speakers from all around the world. And you will be judged by people all around the world. So you don't know who they are. So for me to be able to get through quarterfinals and being invited for the semifinals, it is already a win. I felt like, okay, it worked. I am getting acknowledged. I'm being accepted. So that itself was a good feeling already. And it was a bonus winning semifinals and being able to compete in the finals and of course getting placed third. But I'm not saying that I would not be able to overcome my imposter syndrome without all this journey. But it just happens when there was a moment of doubt and when there are times in my life right now where I was thinking, can I really get to the next level? Can I break through my glass ceiling? Where is my breakthrough? This whole thing happened. So it reassured myself. It gave me the acknowledgement. It verified my effort. So a lot of things kind of grounded me a little bit more. And if anything, I'm feeling more grateful, more blessed, and more certain of myself. So I think it helps overall.
Yeah. Talking about your contest, do you feel satisfied, or do you feel anything you wish that you didn't do it? Like, I want to repeat. Do you feel that?
Yeah, or maybe you think that, or maybe you think I should be number one.
Definitely not. Sabi was brilliant. I love how he was very energetic. I love his energy. Mars was brilliant as usual as well. If anything, I a lot of respect for Mars because he has been very consistent. I cannot imagine someone, competing and consistently getting through the semifinals. And this is the second time in the last 4 years he's been in the finals, placing third, placing second. If anything, that is consistency. And there's a lot of respect going out to him. And all the other finalists as well. There were a few who were competing on their first finals. Everyone put in the effort. So it was not really about the competition at that point in time already. I felt privileged to be able to share the same stage with all the other 7 finalists. Like, this may be the first time that I get to know them, but they're amazing human beings. If you were to ask me, were there things that I felt I could have done better? From the contest point of view, from the whole journey, I'm just grateful I managed to end up at where I'm at right now. But if I'm speaking from the speech point of view, of course, I'll be thinking like, okay, next time, this is what I need to improve on as a person, as an individual, as a fellow contestant, or as a speaker. For example, I definitely want to improve my different layers. I want to add more to my facial expression, for example. I want to improve my overall energy level. These are some things that I always see myself having room to grow. And this contest actually reaffirm that, yep, Alan, this is what you need to work on. But I'm not trying to take anything away from my performance or my effort or anything, because, for instance, I decided that, I wanted to be someone who speaks about something small in our life, but kind of find deep meaning in it. I wanted to be someone who is known for writing simple, easy to understand speeches, for example. So I just want to focus on that. So overall, the experience was great. It was amazing. And as a fellow Toastmasters, there's always room for growth. There's always room for growth. I'm pretty sure Mars would feel the same way. I'm pretty sure even Sabi would feel the same way as well, that he has something that he could have done better, even if he won the championship as well, because we can always become a better speaker.
But is there any particular point that you think, I should have done it better?
For that amount of time that I have to prepare and all those, no. I'm happy. I'm happy I'm able to deliver the speech that how I wanted it to be. Everything is a hindsight. It's like, if I look back, this is what I could have done better. And if we always look at hindsight, there are too many things. There are too many things to look into it. So I rather focus on all the positive. I rather focus on the lady who shouted "woo" when I mentioned Alex. I rather focus on the experience of able to speak in front of all the other past world champion. I rather focus on the opportunity to speak in front of over thousands of people live at the venue, and also many more who watch on demand. And even right now, those who watch YouTube, right? There are a lot more positive I can take away from this.
Wow.
So the audience is more than 1,000 at the moment?
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is more than 1,000. I don't know if it hit 2,000. I didn't count properly, but it was a huge hall. It was huge. 5 or 6 column. Every row you would have about 10 seats, I think. So it's quite big. It's quite big.
Oh,
It's definitely one of the biggest crowd that I've spoken to.
wow. That was a very amazing experience, yeah.
It is. I don't want to say once in a lifetime. There's opportunity to get back. But up till now, I've never spoken on the stage that meant so much, and that has a lot meaning and a lot of weight and a lot of responsibility as well. So it is really a privilege. It is really a privilege.
Okay. Yeah, talking. I want to ask the technical thing in the contest. When did the timer start to count the timer? As I noticed, when the contest MC call you and mention your title, and then you say thank you, and the whole video is 8 minutes. So when did the timer start the counting?
So we were being briefed during the rehearsal. The contest chair would call out our name, we get onto the stage, and then once we are on the stage, right? So let's say I would hear my name, Alan Ang Boon Kiat, keep dreaming, Alan Ang Boon Kiat. That would be the cue for me to get onto the stage. The moment I get onto the stage, I would say, thank you, contest chair. And then he would say, you're welcome. After that, you're welcome, any movement or words that I say would be the beginning of the timer.
Oh, I see. Oh. So I think
did it use the lamp, or how the timer device?
Yeah. From if imagine you're standing on the stage, on your left you will be able to see the timer. The timer was sitting right in front of you, so you can very clearly see the timing device. It was on the laptop. Toastmasters logo. The moment the timer starts, it pops. It becomes a different Toastmasters logo. I think it was darker in color, black, and then you would have green, yellow, red. But I did not time my speech, but probably it was about 7 minutes, 5 seconds, or 7 minutes, 10 seconds, because I saw the red, and then that was my last sentence.
Yeah. So on the D-Day, so you have in the Philadelphia, you have your final contest. You also do your semifinal contest, and also quarterfinal contest.
No, only semifinals and final. So the quarterfinals. So right after district, our PQD would send the recording of our district speech to TI, and then they would make sure they collect everyone, and at the behind the scene, right, it would be distributed to the right pool and then the right judges, and they would mark the ballots. The result was being emailed to us on the 2nd of July. So on the 2nd of July, I received an email that states that I have been invited to the semifinals. So that's when I knew I won. Not I won, I was actually placed among the top 2 speakers in the quarterfinal. Because at every group, they would choose the top 2 speaker. Then you have 28, right? The 28, they will place all of us in 4 groups. Each group, you would have 7 contestants. That would be the semifinal. And then from this 7, you would choose the top 2 from each group. Then it becomes 8. That's how they work.
Okay.
So let's move a bit from the technicalities into something related to the content. So Alan, if I'm not mistaken, you shared about your son and daughter's story in the district level contest, right? So do you bring the same stories in the semi-final? Since I know that in the final you change, the story is different. So do you bring the same story in the semi-final?
Yep. All the way to semi-finals.
So is it required to change in the final?
So they would give you options. You have to prepare 2 speeches, one for semi-finals and one for final. So it's up to you to strategize. Maybe you want to use a new speech for your semi-finals and you would keep your district speech for the final. It's up to you. But you cannot repeat the same speech at the semis and the final.
Oh, so semis and finals should be different speeches.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. And then we actually have to declare the content of our speech as well. Not really the whole speech, but for semifinals, they would ask us what would be your speech title, what is the content about, what is your opening, what is the body, and what is the conclusion. Very briefly, you have to write something for that. And because they have to cross check and make sure there is no, I believe they want to make sure that there is no plagiarisms, there is no, it's not a speech that has been delivered previously at other contests and all this as well, right? So you just need to make sure. I'm pretty sure, I think it is because of that. Um, of course, you can use your previous speech in the club as well, but you shouldn't deliver the same speech from the other finals that you managed to get into. Like let's say Mas got into the finals in 2022, I think. Yeah. So this year he cannot deliver the same speech from 2022.
Oh,
I see. So what made you decide to use that your daughter and son story in semi-final instead of in the final?
Because I have not written a speech yet. I only have one speech.
So when did you read? When did you write the second speech for the final?
So on Thursday, the result will announce 3 in the afternoon. That's when I knew I'm going to the finals. I've started writing the speech probably 8 at night. I couldn't write anything. I dragged on until 3 in the morning, wrote something, went to bed at 5 in the morning, and then slept for about 1.5 hours. 6:38 on Friday morning, I woke up, look at the speech. I don't feel anything good about it. Then I changed the whole thing. So I rewrote my speech on Friday morning, 6:30, and I completed it by around 9:30. So that was like 3 hours trying to write it up. So by then, I feel like, okay, this is it. I like this speech. We can go with this. So that was done. The rest of the day was taking my wife out for a city tour. Then Friday afternoon, we have a contestant briefing from 1 to 3 or 2 to 4. I can't remember. 1 to 3, I think. By the time it was done, I have an early dinner, and around 7 at night, I spent about 6 hours up till 1 in the morning to memorize the speech, to design the delivery, and try to rehearse a few times. Yeah.
so just the day before.
Yeah.
All right. So the semi-final is on Thursday, right?
Yeah. Thursday.
Your final is on
Saturday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I think Mas Gatot need to know this because Mas Gatot maybe will be WCPS on other years. So you need to prepare to speak it.
You need to know something. I'm going to reveal something that not so many people know. That I joined Ellen's coaching class. I think like a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years.
3 years ago, yeah.
3 years ago, and since then I declare Ellen as my coach. So anytime I got a problem, I'm going to give him a call. So I think because he got 3rd place in the world champion this year, he has inspired me maybe to join contest again this year. I think not only me, but like a lot of District 87 members, they start to think to join contest again after seeing Ellen.
Yeah.
I hope everyone would join the contest seriously, because I'm pretty sure you all may have received the poster already about next Tuesday. Yeah, it's a 2 hours. There are more things happening at the end of the session. So by all means, come for the sessions on Tuesday. Get all your Toastmasters members who are interested to improve on their speech writing. Ask them to come, because it is not just a Q&A session. It is really a workshop style. So I would be really spending a good amount of time to kind of share with everyone how you can get it up. It's really about giving back to District 87. So get as many people to come as possible. Whether they want to contest or not doesn't really matter, but come if they want to improve their speech writing.
Oh, you should come.
So guys, you should come. Everybody should come.
Everybody should come.
Yeah, Alan, I want to ask something that
Mhm.
maybe, but before learning so much about Toastmasters, I think that speech in contest, just contest about competing, uh, or about winning, doing speech just in front of people. Uh, how do you value doing a speech or doing a presentation to people that listen to you?
So, like most members in the early days, of course, it was more of self improvement, right? I want to learn how to craft a speech. I have a story I want to share with everybody else. But along the way, you would have different epiphany. Like right now, I think maybe this year or a few years ago, I can't remember exactly when, but there is a different thoughts already, which is if people are willing to give their time to listen to you, you must do justice. Repay them for giving you their time by sharing something that would help them to become better. I think there is a
Mhm.
lot more responsibilities than we thought of when we decide to speak. Because when we speak, it is not just, blurting out anything that within our mind. It must be with purpose. It must be a message that you truly believe in, and it has to bring
Mhm.
value to others as well. When we always focus on giving value to our audience through our speech, through our words, through our craft, you don't know, you may inspire someone to take action, and
Mhm.
that other people would also do the same for the others as well. And there's really an opportunity to create a more positive impact, around our community, around our nation, around our region. I think do not underestimate your speech.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, underestimating ourselves. That's what I feel a lot before. Like whenever I finish a speech, I wish I can repeat my speech. I wish that I can prepare more. You talk also about the imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
So yeah, I experienced it many times. Although after that, people say, "Alvin, you are so good. You are doing really good." And I think that you're lying, not good, lah. But how do you face this, Alan?
uh, for me, I appreciate when people give me affirmations or they give me positive feedback. They're like, oh, I like this, I like that. I appreciate it because
Mm-hmm.
they maybe they've really find something good about it. But I would spend a lot more focus on wanting to know what I can improve on. Because if I am drowned by a lot of positive affirmation,
Uh-huh.
I may deprive myself of an opportunity to really improve. What do you mean by that? If everyone around me tells me that I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, then something is not right.
Mm.
The saying that there's always the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement, right? So I always ask, like, okay, what is that one thing that you feel like I could have done better? But of course, the last few years has been slightly different. I have not been that active in terms of visiting Toastmasters Club, but from my work, I criticize my work a lot because I deliver training for my participants, my clients, and every single time that I need to give them a feedback or I need to evaluate their speech or I have to deliver, like a message to them, I would reflect on later on. Have I said it the right way? Is there a better way for me to say this? Is there a better way for me to structure my sentence? Like I constantly reflect on myself and ask, what can I do better? What can I do better? What can I do better? Right. So that's why even after the finals, the moment I watch my replay for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately highlight, okay, now Alan, this is the part where you need to do better. Like, this is the part where you need to do better. We should always have that habit that humility to reflect on ourselves and say, what can I do better?
What can I do better? So that is the very important question every time. And throw back again with your final speech, knowing that you have different speech from semi-final to final. How did you come with the speech idea? How is when you find the topic or the main message that you will deliver? Yeah,
I was transiting, right? We were transiting through Japan. And on that night, I was talking to my wife. I said, it's quite amazing how life is, I wanted to go to, like, my idol was Allen Iverson from Philadelphia, and now I'm going to go to Philadelphia and compete. I thought of representing my country to play basketball. It did not happen. Now I'm able to represent my country. Not my country, like my district, right? But district comprised of the country as well, right? So I'm able to represent my country in a way to compete on the world stage. So I told her like how magical this is. And then she reminded me of this. She said, this has a better potential to be a good speech because of the timing, because of the message itself, like everything seems like it's aligned. So why not talk about this? So my wife has a lot of credit on this, the selection of the speech as well. And my wife is not a Toastmaster. She's not a Toastmaster. But for, my whole journey up to the finals, she has been the one who listened to my speech and kind of like given me the feedback on, this part I don't quite understand, I don't think this part is good, you should take it out. So she has been giving her feedback to me as a fellow audience. I think that helps as well. Yeah.
So your wife is the main evaluator for you.
Main evaluator. She's very honest. There is no sandwich method. There's no sandwich method. It's very very honest, meat, brutal feedback.
Yeah, raw meat.
Brutally honest.
Yeah, and I appreciate it because I don't have any coach, I don't have any mentor for this particular contest or this journey. So I definitely need a sounding board, and she knows me the best. So I felt like working with her this time around has been amazing.
So, Alvin, I think we want to dive deeply into something more personal. And talking about, since we want to know more about how to communicate as a champion. And Alan shared a lot of things about his past contest, and he proved it already. There's his third place. Now, let's start with the question. I think it's a simple question, Alan. So, is there any different communicate as a champion on stage with communicate as husband? With your wife, or as a father with your daughter and son? I imagine, before you go into the answer, I imagine if you are a Toastmaster, we learned how create speech structure, right? Body, opening, body, and conclusion. Yeah. So I imagine in one morning, Alan tried to, apply that when he communicated with his wife and he asked for coffee, and then he started to throw a question for the opening. What come across your mind if you are craving for a coffee? And Alvin, why do you think his wife will respond to it?
The way speech in Toastmaster is very applicable, I think, in many conversations. So actually, I was sleepy a lot, especially in the office, because office is very mundane, just computer. I feel sleepy immediately after that, so I decide to drink coffee, and my wife is disagree with it because she said coffee is not good for your health, and then I need to show the benefits. Uh, it can make me more energetic, something like that, and then explain it. So that's how Toastmaster speech, right? Explain and then give the closing also. So that's how I give my presentation to my wife because she's very analytical. Whenever I ask her to a lunch, a dinner, there must be a review on that restaurant. So the review is good. Google rating is 4.5 by thousands of reviews. So that's how to communicate with my wife. How about you? Yeah.
So you use the way how we craft our speech in Toastmaster to communicate with your wife. So let's hear from Ellen. Do you use that kind of method as well when you communicate on daily basis with your wife?
Not a speech, but more of a table topic.
You need to think quickly, right? To give the right answer.
To give the right answer, you analyze the pros and cons, you talk about the comparative advantage, you talk about the highlighting the benefits, everything. But I would say speech is one form of communication. The benefit of constantly writing up a lot of speeches would be you forcing yourself to think deep about one topic and have a better understanding about it. So let's say if someone were to ask me about favoritism, then I can answer them with more solid evidence or more better supporting because I have delivered a speech about as a parent and which one was my favorite child. And then this happens because I spend time crafting it, spend time thinking about it. But on a day-to-day communication, table topics are something that is more relatable and every other component of Toastmasters as well. For instance, the R counter, for instance, our listening skills, right? Hearing what people have to say. Or with my children, for example, it would be mostly on evaluation, right? Kids coming to you asking for affirmations or how you feel about their result, which has not been that great. You have to find a way to give them a constructive feedback, but also not forgetting to uplift them at the end as well. This applies to communication with our colleague, with our staff, with our manager, with our client. I think we have to think about how to apply all those skills that we have learned from Toastmasters onto our everyday life. It's not just only one part of it, like everything. As a Toastmaster of the evening, we may think that it has nothing to do with, no, as a Toastmaster of the evening, you learn how to have better organizing skill. So if the family wants to go on a family vacation right now, you know what to prepare. You know how to prepare an agenda. You know how to prepare the agenda. Yeah. So everything. Sergeant at arms. Oh, you know how to welcome your kids with open arms. Oh, welcome here, and all this. Everything. Well, I feel like it's really, I would say, like when I really hope more people can see the benefit of, every single role in Toastmasters and how they will be able to map or transfer the knowledge and skill that they have gained from it onto our daily life.
Okay. Cool. That's amazing. Yeah. I think not so many people think or having a thought that every single role in Toastmaster, even Sergeant at Arms, that they can, use that experience and implement it in their daily life. So that was very good point, Alan. So
how about you, Gatot?
Yes.
How do you communicate with your wife?
I communicate with my wife. It's something not to disclose because we're going to ask Ellen. Right? So, talking about wife Ellen. So, let me just reveal something about Alvin, yeah? So, every time Alvin deliver his speech is all about his wife. Like, the first time he met his wife, and then how they finally decided to get married and everything. And then finally, when I was become his evaluator one day, and I opened my evaluation by saying that this is my third time see Alvin deliver his speech about his wife. Maybe the next two times we all know everything about his wife already, like nothing to hide anymore. Okay, talking about that, you decide to talk about your children and about your son and daughter story in your speech. So Allison and Angela, right?
Yeah, Anson and Angela.
And Anson and Angela, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Anson and Angela. So if I'm not mistaken, you shared about I don't know the closing statement. I heard about you. Which one that you love more, and that you did not give the answer. You let the audience decide. So now we have no any audience. We only have you. So could you answer that question coming from you yourself?
Actually, there's no answer to that. There's no answer to that. It depends on which day.
Oh,
It's about which day. Yeah.
So still talking about Anson and Angela. So which one is more similar to you as a person?
Character wise, everyone around us kind of like told us that Angela resemble a little bit more like me, so my daughter, and my son resembles a little bit more like my wife, and even our relationship as well. It's that way. Like my son would be very close to his mother, and my daughter would be a little bit closer to me. And I think that's, I don't know whether that's common with most family, but it's also because of the amount of time that we spend with them as well. I spent a lot more time with my daughter when she was younger. When I had my son, I was a bit more occupied with work, Toastmasters, and all this as well. And our relationship was only able to be better during the pandemic. It's exactly like what I've shared. Like during the pandemic, our relationship got better because we have time. There was lockdown, so we have no other place to go. That's when I rebuilt my relationship with my son. Yeah.
Interesting. So father-son relationship. So sometimes it goes that way.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask more questions regarding this, Alvin, because we've been knowing a lot about how Alan, talking a lot about how he communicated as a champion. Now we want to know more him as a person, personally. So we talk about his family now, and then I would like to continue more about it. So talking about Anson and Angela again, and your relationship with your son, then, and you mentioned before that Angela, character-wise, Angela is more like you, and then Anson is more like your wife, right? So I think the answer of that question, if I connect with your explanation, you should have loved Anson more, right? Because you love your wife, and Anson is replicate your wife's character, right?
That is a trap. I'm not answering that.
Oh, this is really
we'll
hard.
Keep it as it is. We'll keep it as it is. Next question.
Okay, so talking about Angela and Anson still. So if you got a chance to choose, between both of them, which one that you think? Okay, I'm going to push them to be the future generation of Toastmaster. Which one you're going to, pick one of them that you think need more the skills that he or she may gain in Toastmasters?
I think both of them actually need it. I wouldn't say the word need.
You got
probably
to
a better. Can't choose one because they both have something that they could work on a little bit. And Anson can definitely do better. For example, my son Anson, he could have benefited a lot more from getting more confident to speak up in front of public. For Angela wise, I think she does performance right now. Like she dance a little bit.
How old is she?
And She's 11.
11. Ooh.
Yeah. So we sent her to performance art classes, and she has done a little bit of singing, a little bit of drama. But I mean, if we were to go to Toastmasters, it would probably help her to be the leader that she wanted to be, because she kind of showed that potential. Like she even mentioned it, like not even her, actually both my children, that they have ever mentioned that they wanted to lead on in one way or another. But so far, Anson had not visited any Toastmasters club before. Angela did. Angela visited Toastmasters club when she was 3 months old. She was in a basket. So I brought her in the basket, and I brought her to a Toastmasters meeting. I think the last one, probably she was 4 years old, 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. She had been at the meeting. I think she stood up on the chair to introduce herself, I think. I think one time.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that reminder. Probably it's a good time to bring both of them back to Toastmasters meeting.
So what did she commented? What did she comment at the time when you asked her to introduce herself in Toastmasters club?
I think she was shy, but she did. I think she did. She did introduce herself, like just the name, and that was it. Yeah, that was it.
So if we invite her, not invite, let's say that if you bring her again to the Toastmaster club now, ask her to reintroduce herself, what do you think she's going to say?
I think probably she'll be shy, and then she will say like, like, hi everyone, my name is Angela. Probably like that.
I thought she's going to say that. My name is Angela. I'm a son of a champion of District 87. I'm a daughter of champion District 87.
I don't think she will say that. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they feel about it. Yeah, I don't think. I think they are very young still to grasp the whole context.
I see.
Yeah, they saw me compete. They were in the audience when I competed for area and division. They watched the YouTube video of the finals, but it may not be easy for them to understand the scale of the thing, right?
But you told them that you win the third place, right? You won the third place, right?
Yeah, she knew about it. Anson knew about it as well. My whole family, like people have been talking about it.
What is their reaction from your winning?
You know, I because when we competed, it was midnight in Brunei.
Yeah.
But when we came back, I mean, I think they were more excited. We finally got home after 2 weeks. They were more excited about that. My son was sad. My son was sad. He was like, "Oh, you guys went to Japan. I wanted to go to this place. I wanted to be here." He was more disappointed of not able to travel with us. He didn't really care so much about the contest.
Yeah.
They don't understand about the contest.
Yeah, it's too young. It's too young for them to understand.
Or maybe they knew it. Their father will win. So when Ellen told them, that I got a third place, I knew it already.
Not sure. I've never asked them that.
So
with whom is your children when you are leaving?
I mean, we miss them when we were traveling, and me and my wife thought like, it would be nice if they could have seen this place. It would be nice if they've seen this. But we were grateful that they did not travel with us when we have to take that 22 hours bus ride, or when we miss our plane. Not miss our plane, when the plane was being rescheduled. We were grateful that they were not with us. But I think it's also a good opportunity. It was a good opportunity for me to for me and my wife to be away from our children for a bit lah, because we have this kind of like an agreement after COVID, after the pandemic, that every year we'll find an opportunity to travel just between both of us without our kid, because kids are important part of our life, but we also want to make sure that there will be time that we're able to spend alone with our kids. We still need to figure out a way to, uh, keep the marriage healthy as well, right? To have our own time with our kid, so that she can spend her time going to the shopping malls, or I could spend my time just drinking my coffee. So this year, this year our trip was actually Bandung, yeah, and this Japan and Philadelphia was a bonus. Was a bonus.
Yeah. Did you bring them to Bandung? No, right?
So it was me and my wife as well.
I see. Yeah, because I didn't see your children in Bandung.
Because Bandung contest this year was our wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And then semi-finals was my wife's birthday. So it was like, okay, it's a good opportunity. Like timing was just right. So we took that opportunity.
Yeah. The right time.
So, you shared about your children already. So is there any possibility your next speech talking about your wife, just like Alvin?
Actually, in my first year of Toastmasters, most of my speeches and paper topic was about my wife.
Oh, so sad we weren't there yet.
Yeah. Even my first humor speech was about no, not really about my wife, but was about, what was my first humor speech about? I can't recall. I only remember I delivered a speech about my daughter, my wife. Yeah, the first 2 to 3 years. The first 2 years I've spoken a lot about them. But after that, not as much. Not as much.
Okay.
Remember, Gatot, if you want to compete for semi-final, make sure your district contest in your anniversary date.
But district contest will be, district conference always on my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
May.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, your family already, your experience, last contest as a champion already. What else you want to know, Alvin?
Maybe one more to benefit our audience too. I want to know what is a simple habit that help you during the contest that you develop every day or every week maybe.
I wouldn't say it's a habit, but I like to observe things. I like to reflect on things that happens around me. Not saying that I'm trying to find a moral of the story every single day, but things happen around me, good things, bad event, whether it is on myself, colleague, family. When I have time, I would think back and ask myself, like, what have I learned from this? What could I have done better? So a lot of this reflection and a lot of this thinking actually help, because it allows you to see things on a different perspective. And I think it's a very important part of finding a message that you truly believe in your speech. Sometimes when we deliver a speech for the sake of delivering it, right? You try to sound too philosophical, or you try to sound too preaching, right? You have to talk about one thing and then it becomes too big. And people may not believe in it because it doesn't sound like you and you don't represent that. So for me, it's better for us to talk about something that we truly believe in, something that we represent, and something that resonates with the audience. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So, final question from me. Do you have any other question,
Okay.
Alvin, before I give a final question?
Oh, one last question. What food do you eat in the final day?
That's very important because maybe the food influence you to win the contest. Yeah.
Tinggal
Maybe
penting,
If Gatot will be in the final, he will choose the same food as you.
Or you decide not to eat anything because you got nervous. Yeah, it could happen, and then you finally win because you don't have to think about the food. You can focus more on your speech.
I'm a very boring person when it comes to food.
Oh,
I would have the same breakfast. I'm a very boring person. So if I stay at the hotel, it's always whatever cereal that they have, whatever egg or omelette that they have, that will be my breakfast.
okay.
And I would usually stop eating like almost 2 hours before the contest. Yeah. Like first one hour before the contest, I would not be eating already because I'll be too full. I would have sugar crash and all those. So it has already been a habit that I don't eat an hour before the contest or an hour and a half. It's not just only for contest, even for my training as well. As much as I can, I will not be eating before my training.
2 hours before.
No, like an hour before. Like right now, for the last 1 year, I have been fasting, so I don't eat in the morning. I would start my training with just only water, and during my lunch, I'll eat. But after I eat, immediately I will find a place to take a 5 minutes power nap. So these are all the habits that I already have. I try to build up every day. Yeah, it's been 1 year. Yeah, 50 weeks instead of 52 because I was in the States. So that 2 weeks I was not fasting. Now I restarted it again. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and keep this habit.
How long the fasting, Alan?
It's intermittent fasting, so 16 hours of no food, only water and unsweetened coffee. Yeah, so it's like black coffee only. Yeah,
black coffee.
I don't drink black coffee as well because early in the morning, if I don't have any food, I'll probably get gastric. So it's only water in the morning. I try to practice it as much as I can. Yeah, so I'm trying to restart it again for maybe keep it as a lifestyle. Yeah.
Very interesting, yeah. So being a champion, that you have to, pay attention to the things, to your physical health as well. So you have to manage what you eat to make sure that you can focus on what you are going to say, what you're going to communicate.
Not really just because of a champion. This is
We
it just
try to
happens.
connect because we talk about you as a champion, and then I try to connect every single things to the champion.
No. If anything, if anything, probably the message here would be do not change any routine that you usually have. Don't treat it as today is a contest. I must do something. No need to be over superstitious and all those. I think it should be just another day. It should be just another speech. And then you would go in there with the right mindset. You will go in there with being more composed, being more calm, because you just want to share a message like how you will usually do. So the practice really comes in on our day-to-day life. Yeah.
Okay, don't change. Could you repeat, please, Alan?
So don't change anything specifically just for that day of the contest. It's just another day. You have already done your practice already.
I see.
Whatever it is, just keep it.
Well, wow. I'm not going to repeat it. It's quite long to memorize. So, Alan, this is not the final question. There will be another last question, last two questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's next, Alan? Oh, before you jump to answer the question, you have served as a district director, and then you have been a district champion, and you are number 3 or 3rd place of international champion. I think, if my point of view, and then you are someone big already in Toastmaster context. So what's next?
A few people have been asking me already. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Right now, right now, today is 12. 12 would be 3 weeks already since the final. And what I have been doing mostly for the last 3 weeks have been going to meetings, sharing the journey, sharing the experience, giving a little bit of workshops here and there. Today is the 5th session already in the last 3 weeks.
Oh.
And right now in my mind is just giving back as much as I can. Giving back as much as I can, sharing with as many people as I can. Not because of the glory or anything. I think I just hope through my journey or experience, I am able to inspire more people, whether it is joining a contest or whether it is just attending meetings more regularly. I hope my journey can inspire more people to see Toastmasters as not just a chore or just not another role, but find more meaning and find more purpose in it. For example, next time when you become the TME, be more purposeful in it. Next time when you deliver a speech, even just at the club level, put in a bit more effort, because every effort counts, right? All those habits that you build up eventually will lead you to somewhere bigger. And even if it doesn't, it will make you a better person at workplace as well. So the more that you put in, the more that you'll be able to get out of it. And right now I have the opportunity. I have that platform. I just want to give back as much as I can. And maybe I would find my inspiration along the way of what I should be focusing on next. Whether it is joining next year contests, or whether it is taking up more mentorship role. I don't know. Just take it one step at a time right now.
Okay, so let me change my question. So, is it enough third place?
Is it enough? If I tell you it is enough, would you believe?
No. No, I don't believe it's when it comes from Alan Ang.
Honestly, to me, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this positions that I'm in right now. This placing helps me to reassure myself, all these things like I've shared earlier on. But I don't think it would define me as an individual. So what I mean by that is people around me who knew me before this would still see me as the same Alan with or without this third place. I'm still the same Alan as you guys know me. I will still do what I have always been doing. So this third place winning does not change who I am. It may give me a more assurance of my ability, but at the core, it does not change who I am. And even without this, I would still go out and do whatever I have been doing. It's just that now I have the privilege of, having this recognition. I want to make sure I do good with this. Because now that, your video is on YouTube, now that you get invited to, meetings, you get invited to speak, people listen to you. So, do justice to it. Do justice to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that, as you mentioned earlier, that doesn't change you as a person, but it changes the way people see you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I don't know, without this, you wouldn't talk to me already.
No, remember, Alan, we booked you even a month before you won, right? Right. So
So it's the same. It's
yeah,
the same. People who knew me before this, you still treat me differently. You still treat me the same, not
Yeah,
much
yeah.
different. You
Yeah.
probably look at me and say, "Hey, congratulations," and probably that's it. But it doesn't change our relationship. It doesn't change the way that we work. It doesn't change most of it. It is more of an acknowledgement of your ability. And that's it.
Okay. So final one from me. What do you want to say to every Toastmasters in District 87?
In what context?
That's
what
a good
context?
question.
Like you say something like, "Wow, there's a lot of things to say," but in what context?
So
To
in
what
the context,
audience?
in the context of challenging themselves to polish their communication skill, be brave, to join contests, to compete, and more importantly, to embrace themself development.
I would say be more purposeful in your personal development. Be more purposeful. Just as how I share, if you don't have intention to contest, it is okay. But when you attend a meeting, be more purposeful. What do you want to learn from this meeting? It is not just, I'm going to attend a meeting. I'm just going to sit there and watch. I'm going to let someone else have the opportunity to speak. All this kind of mindset. I think you have to be more purposeful of how you want to spend time or how you want to invest your time through Toastmaster. It's an amazing platform, but only when you are purposeful with it and you're willing to put in the effort, put in the time, then you can reap the reward, right? You can reap what you have sown. So be purposeful. And if you think about challenging yourself, it doesn't necessarily come from contest. It could be challenging yourself to take up that leadership role, take up that club president, take up that area director, take up that division director. It's a way of challenging yourself so you want to be better. I think we have to demand ourselves to be better. Don't just settle with what you have right now. I mean, if you can't do it right now, it doesn't mean you can't do it 1 month from now or 1 year from now. You just have to find that courage or find that purpose, which is I need to be better than yesterday. That's it. That's it. And in one month, you can't see anything. In 1 year, you can't see anything. Like imagine if I joined Toastmasters in 2013. If I stopped in 2014 because I have not won any contest, then that's it. But my first district championship was in 2016, right? And in 2017, 2016 was my first district championship.
Oh, 3 years after.
3 years after. So on the third year, I won my first district championship and I received my DTM. Right. In 2017, I lost in district I did not get place. I wouldn't use the word loss. I did not get place in district international speech contest. That was 2017. Had I not continue, like nothing would happen now. And over the last 8 years, there was nothing to show. But I knew that through all the leadership role that I've taken, all those opportunities to speak, all the time that I've been doing training, working with my clients, coaching, mentoring, it builds up your experience. And when the time comes and there's the opportunity is right, and this year everything seems aligned, right? Then with preparation and then luck, they talk about preparation and luck, right?
Yeah.
Ended up as the third place. So if I look at it backwards, what Steve Jobs said, right? You can only connect the dots looking backwards. It makes sense. It makes sense, all the effort that I've put in. But it doesn't mean that should be the end. Now it's the beginning of another growth for me right now. So I gotta start thinking, what else can I improve on? how can I get even better? Not necessarily just from a contest, but as a human being, as an individual, just as a fellow Toastmasters. And once I figure that out, I'll be able to do more. Or even before figuring out, right now it's a way of me to contribute back to everyone in district, right? Like sharing all this experience, and hopefully what I've said over the last 1 hour or so, if there's one thing that resonate with you and kind of like inspire you, I hope you plant the seed of hope, right? Plant the seed for you to dream, right? To keep dreaming, like right, what I mentioned. And maybe 2-3 years from now, you will be at another level, you'll be at another height that you have never thought about. And then looking backwards, you will appreciate all the effort that you put in. So yeah, be purposeful with your own personal development.
Wow.
Keep dreaming. And then
Dreaming.
keep dreaming. And then you need to flip.
Dreaming.
Wow.
Dreaming. It's what? Sambung bermimpi kah? Sambung mimpi. No,
Sambung mimpi, yeah.
Sambung mimpi.
That's Melayu, and then in bahasa Indonesia we call it tetap bermimpi.
Tetap bermimpi.
What was that? Tetap bermimpi. Yeah, tetap bermimpi.
Tetap means stay dreaming.
Okay.
Keep dreaming. Maybe your next speech, keep sleeping. Yeah.
The next speech, still dreaming.
Dreaming. So I never seen Alan do humorous speech before, but I know that I heard from Ratu. Do you remember that, Alan?
Yes, I remember her.
That Alan was one of the biggest. Like the hardest contender in humorous speech contest at that moment. So that year, I just joined Toastmaster. So I did not know much about Toastmaster from another countries at that moment. Until one day I joined TLI, and Alan was there with what's another guy from Brunei, your friend Ruben Chin. Yeah, Ruben Chin. Yeah, I was there. So that was the first time I met Alan, and then after that, we met again in 2020 when you served as a district director, and I was the division director at that time. And 2 years after, I joined his class, and then I'm getting to know Alan better, and I would say that if I try to connect the dot from the past, so I think knowing Alan, one of the blessing, one of the blessing, I would call it, like the blessing part I have in Toastmaster until now, because I met Alan and then I've learned so many things from him.
Yeah,
and I believe that tonight,
thank you.
After we we launch this episode, I believe there's a lot of people. Yeah, maybe this is the highest views. Yeah, because people want to know more about Alan in personal level. So, Alvin, closing statement.
Closing statement. What a surprise! I thought the closing statement would be from you. All right. There's so many things that I learned from Alan. To connect with Gatot as well, the most thing that I remember with Alan is when we do alignment with Division I and Division B at the time. I communicate with Alan, and it was very purposeful. And the thing that all of us need to take a note is to be more purposeful in our meeting, in anything we do. If you want to do something new, you can do it in Toastmasters. And I also see Alan from, he was at the time in Bali as, if I'm not mistaken, parliamentary. Yeah.
Parliamentary. Right.
And he mentioned also all the leaders' roles built his moment into this opportunity. So we learned a lot from Alan, thinking as our habit. Keep thinking, what can we give to others? And the most amazing thing is his line that giving back as much as I can. So that's what I think very important. Sometimes I feel that I need to take something from this Toastmaster. I need to take it. Yeah, but giving back is the best gift that we can.
Oh, thank you, Alvin.
Thank you so much, Alan.
I think
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you,
I
Gatal.
asked you to give. I asked you to give a close statement that I think is too long.
He did the recap. He did the
Closing
recap.
paragraph.
So now it's off record, yeah.